Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jay Will here again at Veteran Nerd Review. Getting ready to give you guys a figure review on the McFarlane DC Multiverse Green Lantern from the Rebirth line. And this is the version or the variant with the machine gun, as you guys can see. I already did the one with the from the Endless Winter Build-A-Figure with the swords, so you guys will see that one in a second. But yeah, before we get into it, guys, let me know where you're from. Drop down in the comment section and give yourselves a shout out. We'll get together and chop it up, get to know each other a little bit better. Got any veterans out there, any military folks, any law enforcement guys, feel free to comment down in the comment section and everything, and let me know where you're watching us from, or where you might be watching from, or station from, or anything like that. And yeah, let's go ahead and take this guy off the stand here. And I gotta let you guys know the raffle is still in effect for the Deluxe Proton Cannon Iron Man and the VHS Cyclops, brand new sealed in the box. So if you guys want a chance of winning those, go ahead, hit up that Cash App in the description below. Send your name and a code word that's going to be written on the ticket as it goes in the cage, so that way I confirm it's you and not someone trying to win your figures. So yeah, moving right along here, let's take a quick look at the packaging here. Got a nice big window front right there. DC McFarlane, well, DC Multiverse Green Lantern John Stewart, the best Green Lantern. DC Rebirth. I think got some nice artwork right there on the back of the character. I think got some more artwork on the back right there at the bottom. Some other characters in this line. And other than that, not a whole lot else going on for the package. Let's set that to the side. This brand's got a little bit closer here. I'm going to try to set him up nicely and take his machine gun off right here. His hands, fair warning, are kind of stiff, so I try to be a little bit more careful with that because I don't want to end up breaking the handles off the gun or anything like that. Just because of how stiff his hands are, getting in and out the hand gripped and everything. But let's go ahead and bring in his previous version, or the other version I had, which was the Endless Winter version. But you guys can see are some very subtle differences here as far as the hands being different colors. Overall, not a whole lot of differences just in general between the molds and everything. Everything looks very similar. I'm going to go ahead and take his pack right here off. And why not, let's go ahead and take this off too. Take off his little upper armor piece right here, so you guys get a better look. One thing I did notice was the difference between these two guys was the hair on the figures. I was slightly bummed out that they couldn't give my boy here, a proper fade. Yeah, the one on the left here, it is kind of like more of a jarhead kind of a haircut, I'd say, since he was a Marine, or once a Marine, always a Marine anyway. So yeah, like I kind of see some of my Marine buddies wearing a haircut like that, but then they come over this one right here where they just kind of like, they started to do like a taper, I guess, and then went into like just like a weird kind of like C style cut behind the over the ear or whatever right there, and it's just kind of weird. They couldn't, I guess the artists or painters or whatever just didn't know how to properly blend or shade hair on a head like this, so it's kind of a weird look. But it's very subtle differences right there. They are about pretty much the same exact size once you stand them up correctly and everything. So, but yeah, I definitely had to get this one because I really wanted more Green Lantern effects right here. So machine gun, pack right here, and the armor. So definitely had to pick that up. But these two look pretty good together. We're just gonna have one on one display and one on another display. Gonna go ahead and bring in some of his buddies right here. Got the Flash, his best friend from the Justice League team. And then we have, of course, Nightfall Batman. Then let's go ahead and throw in Dark Knight Returns Superman right here with the Hush Superman head sculpt on. Slide these guys over a little bit so you guys can see what they look like together. I think that's a very fitting looking look for the group right here. So Batman could be like a little bit slightly bigger, but I do believe that Superman does fit within the realm with these two, and him being like kind of on the bigger side. A big, huge Kryptonian. This built bigger, stronger, better, just because of his Kryptonian genetics. So it kind of makes sense to me in my little world. So I bring these guys back out. And as far as accessories goes, you guys have already seen his Gatling gun, his machine gun right here, his minigun. So that's pretty cool. Nice sculpt all the way throughout. Kind of somewhat translucent green, so you can kind of like get shading or kind of see like light reflecting through it. So that's pretty cool. And of course you have his pack right here, also kind of the same material. You can kind of see inside of it a little bit. And of course you get his armor. Oops, you get his armor right here. Looks pretty good. Of course this is interchangeable between both Green Lantern figures, but I think I'll just stick with the main one for now that it came with. And of course it does come with this display stand right here. And so, taking a look at this guy, if you guys remember the Endless Winter version back there in the back, like I said before, you know, not a whole lot of difference between these guys. They're pretty much the same exact figure, just with very subtle differences. But I do like the fact that they went ahead and changed his hand colors back to black, so that way the ring can stand out as opposed to the green on green right there. It kind of made it a little bit harder to see his ring. But yeah, it does work very well. I think I may go ahead and swap the head sculpts out though, because out of the two haircuts, both of them are terrible. But out of the two haircuts, I do believe I prefer that one, because it's kind of like they were going for a fade, but it's just said like, forget it, let's just draw a straight line all the way around his head. So I think I'll go ahead and swap that one onto this body for these hands, or just swap these hands onto that body, maybe, whichever one's easier. But taking a quick look at the articulation here, his head can look up that far, down that far, side to side turning, get a good range of head tilt in there. Shoulders come out to the sides that far, all the way down, all the way around, bicep swivel. Camera's kind of just all over the place right now. Come on, come back, come back. There we go, it's coming back. Double jointed elbows that bend in that far. Wristle, they're on the McFarlane ball joint, so you get both forms of articulation. You do have a upper diaphragm joint as well as a lower. It's kind of hidden by this soft plastic right here, so you get crunch backwards, crunch forward. Then you get double rotation in both parts. Then you get legs kicked out to the sides about that far, so it's very hindered on this mold for the Green Lanterns. You kick forward very far, however, then back a great ways. You do get a little bit of upper thigh cut hidden behind that piece up there at the top. Double joint knees have been in that far. No boot cut. You do get ankle pivot as well as back up and down motion in the feet and toe articulation, because they are on the McFarlane ball joint and ankles as well. So you do get a great range of articulation there. Works great for me. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna have to be able to have both Green Lanterns on my display, or at least in different versions of the Justice League. This one may go possibly with my live action, or either or. They're so similar, like it doesn't really matter. I think I paid like almost 27 or so bucks for this guy on a Big Bad Toy Store. I think he was like a good deal more expensive than that guy, just because of the accessories more than likely. But yeah, just off the accessories between the two of them, I would say that this one is my favorite, just because of the accessories. I do hate this hair sculpt, I mean this hairstyle on this head a little bit more than that one. So that's what I'm saying. I will swap either the hands or the heads between these guys. But other than that, great figure to pick up. So if you don't have any Green Lanterns, I'm still looking to get the Hal Jordan 2-pack Green Lantern set. But I do need a Hal Jordan in my display at least at some point. So, but yeah guys, that's going to pretty much do it for me. Share this video within your buddies or pals you guys think may be interested in winning that 2-pack or the Deluxe Iron Man and the VHS Cyclops. Let them know that it's still going on. Sound off in the comments where you're from, where you're watching this from, any duty stations or anything like that. Let me know so we guys can get together and chop it up, talk about it, discuss things. And yeah guys, I really appreciate you all for coming out and checking out my video. Hit the like button, comment, of course, and subscribe, do all that jazz. And yeah, y'all be safe out there. Later.